Tim Brando, Spencer Tillman, and Tony Barnhart from our College Football Today studios, here exclusively for CBSSports.com. When the latest BCS standings were revealed, the story was the status quo. No movement at all in the top 8, which means it looks this way. The BCS Bowl picture is coming into focus.
Well, it really is. Now, take a look at this real quick. I'm making some projections here. And the national championship game, I think it's going to be Texas against the SEC champ. I like Alabama in that game. Orange Bowl, the ACC champ. Let's say Georgia Tech against Iowa, Oklahoma State. Fiesta Bowl, TCU, Iowa, Oklahoma State again. Sugar Bowl, SEC loser versus the Big East champ. And in the Rose Bowl, Ohio State, Pac-10 champ, I am looking at Oregon to do that. Now, listen carefully, guys. I'm only going to do this once. Here's how we get there. Number one, the Sugar Bowl gets to pick first to fill for the SEC champ. They're going to take Florida. Then the Fiesta Bowl gets to fill for Texas. They get their pick. They're going to take TCU. Rose Bowl, as I told you, Orange Bowl gets the ACC champ. Now here comes the selection. Orange Bowl has got a choice between Big Ten, Boise, Big East. I think they take Iowa. I think they take Iowa from the Big Ten. They might take Oklahoma. Fiesta has TCU. I think if Oklahoma State is there, they're going to take them. That's a regional game, but the people tell me they like a regional game because of the travel. Sugar Bowl is left with the Big East champ, Pittsburgh or Cincinnati. And Timmy B, I hate to break it to you, my brother, Boise State gets left out at number 6. And if you're Boise State and you want to get in, you got to pull for Oklahoma to beat Oklahoma State. Then Boise gets in. Did you get all that?
Yeah, I got it. Well, good stuff.
It sounds to me as though that this really all starts with the first pick taken by the Fiesta. If they had decided to maybe go TCU there, then it opens the door. TCU not going early hurts Boise State.
Oh, there's no question that it hurts Boise State. And the Fiesta Bowl is kind of torn right now. They have a loyalty to Oklahoma State because of the Big 12 connection.
But going back to the old Big 8 days.
But they don't want to really use their first pick on the number 11 or number 12 team. That's why I got them taking
The question
TCU.
I have for both of you guys, this had an opportunity. If Boise State was selected from that at-large pool to be the first time you'll have 2 teams in the BCS quad of 4 teams, okay? What is it going to take before Boise State can get selected from that at-large pool, in your opinion? Again, because we're talking about those allegiances, those alliances that you talk about. That's an attitude, man.
2 words.
What's
2.
that?
Justice Department.
Yeah, well,
that's what it's going to take. And I'm here to tell you, that's the bottom line here. I mean, if they say, if Orrin Hatch says, you know what, this is unfair, we need a full-scale investigation. There's not been a full-scale investigation of the way these contracts are written. And if, in fact, they do violate federal antitrust laws, that kind of scare and concern is maybe going to change things.
Well, and I think when you look at, if you're in the bowl business, you say, we'd love to take Boise State, but you know what? We got to pay the TV boys. We got to pay all this stuff. This is, at the bottom line is the bottom line.
What if Nebraska happens to beat Texas in the Big 12 title game?
Oh, my goodness.
Going way, way back to the Big 12 title games of the past. Texas, Nebraska one other time. Kansas State, Oklahoma. We've seen this happen in the past.
Well, understand, if Nebraska beats Texas, now Boise State has no shot, okay? Because Texas would turn around and then Nebraska gets in as the champion. Texas goes as an at-large team. So Texas losing would kill
I think there's going to be fuel for the inclusion crowd. If you're sitting there with TCU and Boise State combined 24 wins between them, undefeated and still on the outside, one of them looking in, that's going to be tough. And then you got to look at the championship game if Nebraska should win. What's the outcome of that?
Well, based on what I saw last week, I was at TCU, Utah. I'm telling you, TCU is expected to play in the national championship game. If Texas loses, TCU and rocks Wyoming, rocks New Mexico.
Let me also say this. You know, there are those out there saying, well, they just don't have the tradition of Florida, Alabama, or Texas. Let me tell you something. I think Davey O'Brien, I think Slinging Sammy Baugh, and I think maybe even in modern times LaDainian Tomlinson would say that would trump that thought process. TCU has plenty of tradition, and I think they earned the right. Lining up knowing that you've got to win every game. That's not true in the Big 12 or the SEC.
And you can't even attack their schedule this year. I mean, nationally ranked teams, you got Utah, BYU, they got wins there over Clemson as well. That's pretty impressive. In years past, you could assault them based on who they didn't play. Not so much this year.
Well, I'm just telling you, I saw them in the flesh. TCU is a really good football team. And you know what? A lot of people get to see TCU, maybe more than you would think, Timmy.
A lot of people watch those games that TCU plays. Remember, we'll be with you Saturday afternoons throughout the season on the College Football Today.